Cool. Cool. Shall we do this?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Let us rock and or roll.
Yeah. Why can't I figure out what button to push? Here we go. Hey, my name is Judd. I will be your referee tonight. He, him are my affirming pronouns, and I am on the actual PlayStation, which means that all the money from subscriptions and whatnot go to the Trans Legal Defense Fund. No, the National Abortion Fund. It's the National Abortion Fund. It used to be the Trans Legal Defense Fund. Yes. We switched over to the abortion funds when the world got even worse. Yeah. I am here with Jeremiah and Misha. Jeremiah, how is Starfield going? Where are you at?
So it came up last week, and I just started the pirate undercover mission.
Oh, cool.
So that came up, and I've just started that. So that's going to be pretty fun.
Nice.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, good luck. And Misha, you are on a different stream. You're doing some Star Trek game. And tell us about that.
So we just started this week. It'll be every other Wednesday. We're on a post Lower Decks post Picard era. I play a Romulan medical officer for a Federation ship. There's a bunch of Section 31 people in here for some reason.
Oh no.
We don't know what's going on there. It's a science vessel. We'll see what's gonna happen. So it's I'm baby.
Nice.
It's fun.
Nice. I love the combination Romulan medical officer. That's incredible.
Yeah, I figure she's an ex-hippie. And so she's got some of that knowledge and decided to apply it to medical, and somehow I still haven't figured out how she ended up in Starfleet. We're still working on that.
Yeah.
There's Romulans.
Play to find out.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Play to find out. Rebelling against militant parents. I think. When we find out who her parents are, we'll learn a lot. Awesome. The link, you can see it. It's there. I can point to it. Boom. And yeah, go check them out. Give them a subscription and or give them a follow or whatever it is you do. Hit the buttons until something works.
Until something happens. But I think we're doing every other Wednesday at 9-ish.
Cool. At some point, we have to talk about scheduling and weekly. I've got thoughts in my head about weekly and bi-weekly and monthly. I feel like now whenever I'm invited to a game and they're like, oh yeah, it's bi-weekly, I'm like, oh, so it's, or not bi-weekly. Bi-weekly can work. Yeah. But monthly, I'm like, oh, so it's doomed.
Monthly is bi-weekly. It's okay. We know we're probably not going to make weekly, so we're going to say bi-weekly, and we'll probably make bi-weekly.
Yeah. Totally. That said, I'm involved in those kind of catch as catch can monthly games, and there were people I really adore, but I don't really am not full of hope until it's a weekly game, and it's not necessarily fair. But anyway, that's where I'm at.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, as someone says. So good. We've got that out there. Let's, I feel like we ended last week kind of at the doorway to a place called Eden. And
we got an invite to the labyrinth by the Minotaur.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah. I love it. And
we're not clear on whether it's an actual Minotaur or just a guy who decided that was a cool handle.
I'm just assuming it's some awful android thing.
Yeah. I think those are Those are good questions. Those are excellent questions to be asking.
We're gonna die.
These are fine questions. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out like where you actually are. Yeah, you're like here. Got it.
Yeah, we were in some kind of little, like a roughed up office.
Yeah. No, I remember where you are. I remember where you are. Yeah, and there's a lift that's like at the other end of the office, but there was a shot up desk, and you all kind of fixed up the computer in the desk, and here we are. IMing with the Minotaur. I think the also in the desk is a little drone, or like little drones, and so a little disc-shaped drone with little fans inside of it whirs up and floats delicately above your heads, and the Minotaur's text comes across the screen and says, follow the drone that will take you to the labyrinth.
Do we want to go to the labyrinth? Because I'm not sure how I feel about that.
This is a very good question.
No, I mean, I'm asking Adama.
I mean, so far this Minotaur person has been the only one who seems to know anything about what's going on.
Oh, that's true.
Above a certain level. So it's not so much that I want to talk to him, so much as I think we might need to talk to him.
Might need to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got a combat shotgun that I'm not great with, but luckily you don't have to be great with a shotgun. You just
it's just point and click.
More or less just point it in the right direction. You'll do some kind of damage. It's better than a pistol or something.
I think we've lost some NPCs. So let's I think Vaughn, so Jay's character Vaughn and the pirate kind of like went to do some perimeter and didn't come back. And that's where we're at. And that way we kind of like cut down the NPCs just a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I forgot about that pirate. Okay.
Yeah. We just ran into them last game. So it's just the android kid, Hell, who looks like they're about 8 years old, with like at the back of their head where their hair mullet should be are some wires and some plugs. And then our scientist friend, whose name I will get.
Bonanzo.
Yeah. That's them. That's them.
I want to, because like, I don't know, I'm thinking I've read stories about mazes and things. So like, I don't know, I'm looking for any, like, it could be a sharp tack or a pen, but like something I could use to like mark the wall and things because I know we got this printout of the labyrinth, but I don't trust the Minotaur to not be up to some shenanigans.
Yeah.
So I just want to have something that I can sort of like make some little marks just to indicate like we've been here, we've been down this passage, like that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think in the desk it's you find a black marker.
Perfect.
Yeah. One of those heavy ones that like smells like those old ones that you could like smells like chemicals. Like you take it off and it. Yeah.
Ones they don't have in schools anymore because kids were huffing them a little too much.
Yeah. My dad worked in a warehouse. Those things were all over our house, and they were just like big as cigars. And yep, they don't make them like that anymore, type of thing. Yeah, big old chunky somebody in the production team spent a lot of time designing this marker type of deal.
Like a Magnum Sharpie.
Yes, totally. I think the drone is leading you towards the lift, and the door opens for the drone, and the drone whirs into the doorway and holds the doors open for you, which is where you were headed. But there is no pressure to go where the drone wants you to go. And there's no I've got a lot of material here. So go, if you want to go back and go a totally different direction,
sure,
that is reasonable. Not a problem.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with the Dom. We don't have any real leads. So even though it's not a great option, it's an option.
Yeah.
So
sounds good. Yeah, I think I have not been able to stop thinking about the song "Living on a Prayer" all week. I'm laughing.
I use that to annoy. So I decided to start annoying my children into getting out of bed by playing bad 80s and 90s music.
Nice.
On a speaker in the hallway, and that apparently is torture, but it works. They get out of bed, and I don't have to do a lot of yelling. So that was a selection amazing. A couple of times this week. Mom, stop! Why are you torturing us like this?
That is very good. Amazing. Any particular songs that really got them up fast?
So Living in a Prayer worked. Eye of the Tiger worked.
Nice.
Raise Your Glass from Pink.
Oh, that's a good one. It's later than 80s.
Wanted Dead or Alive worked.
Oh, nice.
It's just whatever is stuck in my head first thing in the morning is ends up getting played.
Nice.
Surprisingly, the Teletubbies theme worked amazingly well. They did not like that at all.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I would be full of bile and hatred if you did that in the morning. Absolutely, that would do it. That would absolutely do it. Yeah, totally. Wanted Dead or Alive is playing in the elevator, as the end of halfway there, and then Wanted Dead or Alive, the guitar but played with a cello starts, and it sounds cool. Imagine something cool here, as John Harper used to say when I heard him jam, and imagine something awesome. And I think you go down the elevator. It takes about 5 minutes, and you open up into a luxury hotel lobby. On the right side, I think there are fake plants, and on the right side is an airlock door, and then straight ahead is kind of just like a regular office door. And
does it look like this is on the map printout yet, or we're not quite to the labyrinth yet?
No, I think it is. I think it says, executive lounge.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you want, I think that the hallway to the right leads to the something called the Visitor's Shrine.
Interesting.
And the doorway ahead goes to the executive washroom.
Executive washroom. Okay. Well, the washroom sounds like a dead end.
I just open the door and see if it actually is a washroom.
May as well.
Nothing else in this place has been labeled by a thing that it actually is. Why would a washroom?
Yeah. It is a decimated bathroom. Porcelain shards are in heaps everywhere. There's a mirror with written in black marker. The Minotaur extends beyond the Minotaur. There is some kind of scanner in one of the piles of porcelain shards.
I'll take the scanner. Sure, that might be useful.
Yeah.
You can do something.
Looks like it's busted, but it might be something that you can fix later. You never know. And I keep rolling these fucking things up. I'm on a D100 table and I keep rolling these things up. On the floor, kind of in the grooves of the floor, are 5 more black marbles.
Oh, that like the one that I saw previously?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like the do not touch because this is radioactive ones?
Yeah.
The ones that yes.
Thank you, Saint God.
Yeah. Hell walks over to one and bends over to pick it up.
Do you know what those are?
Yeah, they're marbles.
Have you seen them other places on the ship?
Yeah, I see them all over the fucking place. They are indestructible. I've never seen anyone know how to destroy one.
And they don't seem to bother you?
I don't eat them.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever the radiation is may not actually affect him much.
Yep. Doesn't mean I'm going to touch it.
Yeah. Really need like a lead container because I'm curious, but I'm not curious enough to pick one up.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, so it absolutely is a bathroom, and there is a is it just a doorway? I mean, there is an airlock door. Yep. Yep, in one of the bathroom stalls. Yeah.
That's for serious business.
Yeah, right? That's for when you really stunk up the place.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, so mysterious bathroom airlock or visitor shrine airlock.
So I'm assuming the airlock has like a window or something, right? Yes, no, maybe?
No, it does not.
Okay.
That'd be too easy.
Right.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm going to lie to myself and say it's just for like normal intership safety so that if there is some sort of loss of pressure, they can lock down areas. Why it's in the stall, I'm not going to think too hard about.
Yeah, that's a reasonable it's a reasonable way to deal with it. Yes.
What's the little drone doing? Is it trying to lead us in a particular direction?
It says it seems to be like pointing like we can go either way. Like the arrows are saying like
sure.
It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other at this point.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think we're fully getting into the maze at this point. This is where we start to get lost.
Yeah.
Flip a coin, metaphorically, left.
So you're heading back out, or?
Yeah, we're leaving the bathroom. So.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, there is an airlock at the executive lounge. It is locked.
Is that the one that's labeled visitor shrine or whatever? Or is that
yeah. You know that beyond this is like a hallway that leads to the visitor shrine. Yes.
I'm curious what that is. Well, is it some sort of like mechanical magnetic lock, or can we? Like, is there some? Like, is there something on this side that would tell us how it even opens? Like, is this it's a keypad or a biometric something?
Yeah, no, there's something taking biometric scans, but yeah, it's just not convinced of your scans.
I mean, oh, I see. Oh, we'll see if we can get it to scan Hal. He's not a human. I mean, Hal.
Yeah. He's like, Hal's like, this isn't gonna work, and he walks up to the door, and it hisses open.
Hey.
See? Never say never.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does work.
Right. We know what we're talking about sometimes.
Occasionally.
Yeah. Hal takes a marble and puts it in the doorway of the airlock and then watches it close.
Mm.
And it closes, and then like you can hear like the engine grinding and then stopping and then grinding and then stopping.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Just leave it there, just in case.
Nice thinking.
Yeah,
these things are awesome.
Yeah. Did you grab all of them? Did you grab all the?
Oh yeah. I grabbed all 5. Yeah. Can I have the one you have?
Oh, he didn't.
I don't have one.
I thought you said you had one.
No, I saw one. I didn't want to touch it.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand. Okay.
I can tell you where it's at later.
Cool.
I guess we go down the hallway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I assume. Yeah. It leads to a regular door, kind of a regular office door, and opens into a small room, not small room, but like a 30 by 40 room with a 10-foot tall statue. It's as soon as you step into it, you can tell like your feet sink a little bit, just as if you're stepping on skin. And you realize that the it just says walls and ceiling, but I'm going to say floor too. Walls and ceiling and floor are like a taut pseudo skin. Everything is pretty immaculate, as opposed to a lot of the rooms where things are kind of jammed up. Like the bathroom. And in the middle of this room, it's dominated by a 10-foot tall statue of a humanoid who's wearing a suit and reaching down and holding hands with a much smaller naked figure. Both seem to be coated in, both look like statues that are kind of coated in some kind of pseudo flesh.
Was this like a room off of the hallway that we can just move past? Or is this like...
there are...
Or is this like, this is just the room the hallway left? Or
no, no. Like this is the room where this is the visitor. You're in the visitor shrine. Okay. There is a doorway, another airlock door to the south. There's the way you came from the north. There's just a pseudo flesh wall to the east, and to the west is another kind of office door.
Interesting. Okay.
I vote for the door.
The regular door?
Yeah, because no.
I'm curious about the statue. Like, I'm curious if there's like a plaque or anything that says who these people were.
Right. Yeah, I think you and Adama are looking at the door, and then you look back. You're like, oh, this fucking statue, and you look back at it, and you're positive it's moved.
Don't like that.
Don't like that at all.
Yeah.
All right, so one of us keep an eye on it at all times.
Yeah,
so do you want to walk forwards or do you want to walk backwards?
I was about to point at Chinonso and be like, "You stare at the statue while."
I don't like looking at this whatever this is.
That's fair. I mean, I'm good either way. You explored the bathroom. I can explore whatever this room is.
All right, you do that.
Yeah, I'll go through the normal door to the west.
Cool. Yeah, there's kind of a you're gonna have to like go down a hallway a ways. There's like a hallway with a southerly turn in it.
Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah, I guess before I would go very far, I'd be like, this just leads to a long hallway. Do we want to check that out, or we could back slowly out of this room? And close the door.
I like backing slowly out of this room. That feels like a thing that I would totally be into.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll just back away to the west, close the door.
Cool. Yeah. It leads. It is a. I mean, it looks like some kind of neon lit hospital hallway, and then it leads to another office door, and there's like a well-lit indoor park, a jungle gym, and all kinds of holographic games, and a big, like one of those big chessboards, like human-sized chessboards, with a game in progress going, and there are like 8 people. Hold on, like on the other side of it, and you can see them, and they're playing. They're playing some kind of a game, and they're having like just a lot of fun. But they're kind of on the other side, and they haven't, like, they could tell someone has entered, but they can't really tell who, so they don't know that you're outsiders. And they're really like, they're deep into their game, like they're really enjoying it.
Interesting. Well, we haven't run into a lot of people. But there are 8 of them.
And you said they are armed or they are not armed?
They are not armed. I'm sorry. Yep.
That helps, potentially.
Yeah, you hear them like somebody like did something in the game that they're playing, and they all like let out a whoop, and someone, like, you can hear like someone who lost was like, oh, good move, like, and like, it's like you're nearby someone, a bunch of people having a lot of fun playing a game that you're not involved in, basically.
Right.
I look at the kid at Hell.
Ooh, yeah.
People.
I've never been here.
And Chinonzo doesn't seem to be recognizing anybody.
None of this rings a bell.
All right.
I'll ask Cal. Can you tell the difference between holograms and real things?
Yeah, of course I can.
Are those real people? They're not holograms. They're not.
Wait a minute. Can't you?
No.
Oh boy.
Not good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are people playing a hologram game. Can't you see that the holograms are like bright blue and turquoise and red?
I've seen some really realistic holograms on this ship, so I don't really trust my eyes at this point.
Are you folks doing drugs?
Nope.
Not that I know of.
Not intentionally.
That's a bad answer. Maybe I shouldn't have come with y'all.
Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I think there are airlock doors to the east and south. But yeah, it is up to you.
Creepy flesh room or
I'll take people over creepy flesh room.
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, approach cautiously, I guess. Is that little drone kind of following us at this point, or?
Yeah, it's following you.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess as we've been going,
the drone is recommending the eastern door.
Okay. We could just bypass the people and go east, unless you just.
That is an option. They don't appear to be in distress, so I say we leave them alone. We can always come back to them later.
Yeah, they seem happy. I don't want to disturb them.
Yeah.
Disturbing them could be
Fatal.
bad for our health.
So yeah, we're gonna just skirt around them. If they see us, the world doesn't end. But we're not gonna go push that button.
Got it. That makes sense. Hold on. Cool. Okay. You bypass them and kind of make your way through this pretty amazing playground. And I only say that because I want more playgrounds made for adults in the real world.
Right.
And so when I read the description of this, I was like, oh wow, that doesn't sound scary. That sounds awesome. I'm in. Let's do it. It is the garden is a monstrous room, kind of a huge industrial size thing, a former exhibition hall of some kind. Jury rigged lights are kind of strung everywhere, and dozens. This room, dozens of 100-foot tall quivering pillars of pseudo flesh are growing from floor to ceiling.
So about that game room.
Right? This is the way the drone wants us to go? I don't know if I
and you can see on the map this is called the garden.
The garden. And this is after we went east from the playground, right?
Yep.
I think I like what this garden is growing.
I don't.
Yeah. Yep. I think, and you see like people like very much dressed like the people who are in the playground, kind of in brightly colored, pretty jumpsuits. Very much like the vibes are definitely. You know what the vibes of these jumpsuits are? The vibes are definitely like next generation on a planet that says it's like got all of its problems figured out, but you fucking know it does not have its problems figured out. Like that is the costuming vibe here. And
it's like everybody's dressed the same, just maybe different colors.
Yeah.
But they're all jumpsuits essentially.
Yeah, and it's like very similar body types. Yeah. It's
that's never.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thank you, SG. I appreciate you appreciating my description. Sometimes I hit it. Every once in a while, I'll listen to myself to try to like remember something, and I'm like, oh man, that was a missed opportunity. So I'm glad I nailed this one. trying not to say quite as much, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. So yeah, you are here. You're in something called the garden. There are 100-foot tall quivering pillars of pseudoflesh, and then I think every once in a while you can see people kind of climbing up them and climbing into fleshy openings.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope.
And just like climbing in.
That is a thing you can do.
Yeah, I so don't want to know what they're doing.
No, I have zero curiosity on that front.
Nope.
Yep.
Bypass all this nonsense.
Yeah, I think there is a room called the court, which is like the next room kind of to the east. The drone is the Minotaur's drone is recommending that you head there. But I'm
sure it is leading us on the shortest path. The shortest path just happens to be the most disturbing.
There is a door to the south too.
No, we'll listen to the drone for now.
Oh, and you know what? There's also a door to the north. Now that I mention it, but you know from the map that the door to the north leads to some marble steps that take you back to the visitor's shrine.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
Big
so
awesome.
Yeah. So we could have just gone south from there. So okay.
Yep.
Slight detour to the court, I guess, which doesn't sound ominous.
Sure.
Yep. So yeah, you get to that door, and it is an airlock door, and it is locked, and even hell can't open it.
Interesting. I'm gonna look at the drone like, you want us to
told us to go here.
Right.
Help us out, man.
Nice. Love it. Yeah, I think the drone like beams, like, throws some scanning beams at the door. You can see the door and the drone kind of getting into a bit of an argument, Star Wars droid style. The drone definitely makes a beep that means go fuck yourself, and then the door opens.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely are like, I work, like, it definitely gives some beeps that definitely say, like, I work for the Minotaur, you can go fuck yourself.
Don't you know who I am?
Yes, and the door,
Who I work for.
you didn't know a door could open
Passive aggressively.
Passive aggressively, or like, oh, all right, fine, like with an eye roll, but this one does. There we are. And
teenage sarcasm door.
Yep.
You don't see every day.
It's instead of like the little like sci-fi like whoosh when it opens, it's more like a
Yeah.
Wasn't that a thing in Hitchhiker's Guide? Wasn't there like a really good, well, there was the depressed droid, but then wasn't there like an overly happy door or something?
It's been too long since I read that, so maybe it sounds like a thing that could have been.
Yeah. You enter into a room. It looks like a bunch of junk and scrap hacked into a poor semblance of a royal court. You definitely get the feeling like as the door opens and you walk through, that people who were here are kind of watching you walk in, and like, oh shit, they got the door open, that kind of thing. And
Right. We're VIPs.
Yes.
Is there like a dais with thrones on it or anything?
There is totally a throne the size of a compact car, constructed out of hollowed out aluminum android bones. Sitting atop it is is an android with an oxygen mask and tubes coiling back to the chair. And when it speaks, and I think there are like 13, and people around it who definitely could be professional athletes. They're just built, and they have scrap metal. They're carrying scrap metal machetes.
Oh no!
And and the king speaks like, what are you doing here? But like when it speaks, the chair echoes and amplifies, and like you realize that the chair is not only a throne but is some kind of amplifier, and like the noise goes right through your body, like you can just feel it. And the whoever is sitting atop this thing says, why are you here? How did you get here?
I am Adama Matsi, ambassador of the planet Matsi. We were here to investigate the missing disappearance of some of our crew members who encountered your ship earlier. This helpful droid here led us this way. I assumed he was leading us to you.
It actually says cover your mouth with your hand when speaking as the chosen king, so I've got to change how I'm doing this. Clearly, it says, "Where did you find this drone?" He's definitely speaking in all caps. I'm not going to yell in your ears, but where did you procure this? Where did you procure this drone?
In a room back that way a bit. Before the garden and the court of visitors. No, visitors.
Shrine.
Shrine, that's the word. Thank you.
Yeah.
There is nothing outside of those rooms. You are lying, clearly.
And yet, somehow we exist.
Yeah, you the King's Court with their scrap metal machetes are starting to like they're starting to look ready for violence.
Uh-oh. I don't think this is the Minotaur.
I think you're right.
What did you just say?
I said I think you're right.
Ah. Of course I'm right. Where do you wish to go?
We wish to go to the labyrinth.
What do you wish there?
We were told that there was a chance that our missing crew members were there.
Ah. Very well. May the monarch bless you. Good luck. And yeah, I think a couple of his cherubim guard nod to you, and they like guide you to they guide you through this huge room. Another kind of industrial sized thing, even bigger than the garden, but without the fleshy pillars. They described something in the flesh pillars as sphincters. I refuse to do it. I refuse.
I mean, I assumed that's what they were climbing into. So,
yeah, and they guide you to a room to the east, and open the door for you, and kind of nod to you a good luck.
Thanks, I guess. I'm honestly not sure what the weirdest part has been so far.
Let's see. great question.
I think Hell looks up at you and says, "This is all weird."
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, the planet I'm from, no, we don't have like rooms made out of flesh with flesh pillars, because that's just a word I really don't want to think about too often, because it totally conjures up images in my brain. And
Yeah.
Looked like a cozy place to sleep. That's what it looked like they were doing there.
No, thank you.
nope, mm-mm. Hard pass.
Well, we also don't really have androids, so
True. So, have you met that king dude before?
Oh no, I've never been here to Eden before. No.
Have you heard of him or anything?
I mean, I know that this place is. What do you mean? Once you get like into the hallway to the next place, right, which has which goes east and then has like a sharp turn to the south. He says, or I think, yeah, Hell's gender isn't clear, and Hell just says, I mean, I know that Eden is kind of an experiment that Monarch does.
Clearly.
All of the androids who we're seeing are the chosen, or call themselves the chosen.
And the people?
I mean, I think all the people here we've seen are androids.
Oh, interesting. Okay then. I guess.
Oh wow! You think there's a difference between people and androids?
We're not androids.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Keep on believing that.
I am not an android. I know because I told me so. That sounded weird in my head.
It's not as reaffirming when you say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like Hell definitely looks like crooks an eyebrow. Mm-hmm.
Sure thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm convinced. I'm definitely convinced.
I mean, at the very least, we don't have those weird connections on the back of our neck. So.
Well, I mean, that's because I worked in data.
Oh, I see.
Oh, good to know.
These are just, I mean, you could get these.
I don't think our brains don't really work that way.
Yeah, and it's 8, so let's take our hour break. We've been at this a little less than an hour, but that's okay. Let's take the time. We will be back as we head into the fortifications room.
Oh boy.
Which doesn't appear to have any doorways out of it. So we'll sort that through. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And we will see you all in a little bit. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for joining us. Get some water, stretch it out, and we'll see you soon.
Don't go play in the sphincter room.
Do not play in. I mean, you know what? Whatever.
Look out for
You do you, boo boo.
Whatever gets the dopamine flowing, you just do. All right, I'll see you all in a bit.
All right.